What's the deal, you guys? What's the deal? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 11. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday night, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? It is a chilly, chilly night here in the ATL right about now. It's probably 20-something degrees at this point, because, the temperature been dropping all goddamn day. So we're here in the house, in the building, and all that other good stuff. I was supposed to go out for brunch early today. Bando wanted to go out to brunch today, but child, by the time I was like, okay, I'm down with it, but ain't brunch hours over with about 2 or 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? But I was down with it, but we didn't go today. But shit, the way that wind was blowing me in my goddamn face, I was like, yeah, we might need to go to brunch on another goddamn day. It might not be a good day to go. Because let me tell y'all something. I'm a cold type of person. I do not like being cold. I don't like going nowhere when it's cold. I don't like a house to be cold. If you hear a noise in the background, it's my portable heater in the background. I do not like to be cold, okay? I hate being cold. That is the worst thing for you to do to me, okay? That's why when I be staying with I told Josiah, the next time I come and stay with you for the weekend, I'm bringing my damn heater with me because your house be way too goddamn cold for me. So, baby, listen, I do not like it to be cold at all, okay? But anyway, I see a lot of positive reactions to our first episode of the Scene ATL, and we really do appreciate that. I think I'm gonna start going live the night of the episode. I'm gonna wait till after the panel is done, and then I'm gonna go live and talk about the show and give you guys a little bit of backstory on the scenes and shit and all that other good stuff. I think I'm gonna do that from now on after the panels are over. I'm not gonna review the show, but I might go live and all that other good stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But we got some great responses, and we got a little bit of critique, which we want the critiques, long as it's not because all we really wanted was people to give their honest opinion, honest critiques. And I know the most that people were talking about was the audio, which we already knew some parts of the show the audio wasn't going to be the best because of the mics that we did use. So we are well aware that the audio might be an issue for some people, but either way, it's a good show, and it's going to be even better. And like I told y'all, I have a messy moment Tuesday, and baby, it was definitely a messy ass moment. I definitely had me a Carly Red moment on the episode on Tuesday, baby. That's the only messy moment that I got now. You know what I mean? That's the only one. But I definitely had myself a messy moment on episode 2. And I was drunk. I'm going to blame it on the alcohol and the edibles because I was drunk and high as fuck on that episode. So, yeah. But it's going to be a good... Like, I'm going to tell y'all, the episodes get better and better as we continue on. Like, the episodes gets better and better. And we really enjoy, reading the comments. We enjoy watching the reviews like the whole cast does. And it's amazing. But on this episode, y'all are going to see my best friend, DJ. He's been my friend for 15 years. Y'all going to see him for the first time on this episode. So, yeah, I can't wait. It's funny that I see Ravine in here because I just sent her book off yesterday. She should be getting in the middle of the week. I got 2 more books to send off. I think I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow, too, because I'm trying to get all these books out of here before Christmas, because I think I got like 5 more to send. But y'all know we get this thing started at the 5-minute mark, honey. We do. And, the goal is to hit 100 people with every single live that we do, y'all. So we're going to get into it real quick, okay? And by the way, be sure to support Josiah because he's back. He's back. He did his first solo live Friday night, and we want you guys to support him. So make sure you guys do that, okay? All right, so we at the 5-minute mark, y'all. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, okay? Now, we're going to open this thing up with Tia, Giselle, Kiana, Ashley, Angel, Jazzy, and Wendy. Okay, so this is Tia's event. Now, like I told y'all, out of all of the new girls, Tia is my favorite. Tia really could do no wrong in my eyes. Like, that's my favorite. Everybody else like lying ass Stacy, but I love me some Tia. Like, Tia is my favorite. Everybody wants to give Stacy the MVP, but Tia is my MVP all the way, all the time. So everybody's Ashley was like, well, we've noticed that somebody is missing. And then Tia was like, yes, I disinvited Stacy after she kicked me out of her event. And if y'all want me to be honest, I would have disinvited Stacy ass too. Because like I said last week, and I don't care what nobody say, Stacy was completely out of line for the bullshit that she chose to do with Tia. She allowed Ashley to call her all types of lying assholes, but didn't say a goddamn thing. But then when it came down to Tia, she wanted to get hard and throw her weight around and then kick her out of the event, when the person that she should have kicked out should have been Ashley. That's what she should have kicked out of her event, because that's the main offender and the main person that's been giving her trouble since she's been in this goddamn group. Like I said, Stacy be picking and choosing. She really do. And I'm just going to need for the people to see that. I'm just gonna need for the people to see that for real, for real. She be picking and choosing all the goddamn time, and don't nobody really got time for that bullshit. So yeah, all that shit that she gave Tia last week, she should have gave that shit to Ashley. Because like I said, Ashley been the main person at Stacy neck and trying to be up her ass. That is the main one, okay? So then that's when, so when Tia was saying that she disinvited Stacy and all that other stuff, that's when the conversations in the group started going around about how Stacy is a big ass liar and how Stacy don't be telling the truth about certain stuff and this and that. So then that is when what's the name? That is when Jazzy was like, listen, I'm gonna need some proof that my girl Stacy be lying. Like, I be hearing y'all saying that Stacy is lying, but y'all gonna have to show me some proof that my girl be lying. Once again, being a good friend to Stacy. So that's when Ashley was like, well, Jazzy, since you're defending Stacy, did you not know that she wasn't coming to your wedding unless me and Wendy were going? And then Jazzy was like, no, I didn't know that. And then they showed this flashback and all this other stuff. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Ashley's just putting 10 on 20 about this whole, well, Stacy wasn't coming to your wedding unless we were coming and all that other stuff. Because, you know, Ashley can take a truth, but add hot sauce on that damn truth and make it bigger than what it is. So I don't really know if Stacy really said that she wasn't coming to the wedding unless Ashley and Wendy was. Now, if she said that, then that's some bullshit. But if she didn't say that, Ashley, this is some bullshit for you to be saying it and for you to be telling Jazzy that to create issues, you know, between her and Stacy. Now, here's my thing. Do Stacy be lying like hell? I be saying this all the time. Absolutely. Am I sipping on the Stacy lemonade? Absolutely not. But the way that they gang up and just put a microscope on everything that Stacy says is really crazy to me. Because there's so many different liars in this group that it don't make no sense, but their lies will never get clocked nor called out. We always calling out Stacy lies. Although Stacy is not above reproach, her lies can be called out like the rest of them. Because I call out everybody's lies. But my thing is this, and then somebody said to me last week when I was up under when I was on the Whether You Like It or Not panel, because I wasn't on the panel this past Monday, but the Monday before last. Somebody said, well, I don't understand why Scotty can't understand why we like Stacy when he likes Drew. I don't feel like Drew and Stacy are the same damn person. You know what I mean? And I never said I didn't like Stacy. I just said I'm not sipping on the Kool-Aid. She is a damn liar. Like, I'm just not sipping on the Kool-Aid, and I'm not giving her all this praise like everybody else is. It's a difference for me. But that's all I'm saying. But it is what it is. Jazzy, no, so then they started singing Lift Every Voice and sing, you know, Angel is apparently a singer. And then, you know, Ashley is allegedly a singer. But we already know that this bitch be singing about coffee and ice and all this other shit and don't be sounding good singing about coffee and ice. So I wouldn't have Ashley sing at a damn bar mitzvah, let alone any other event that I have. Like, Ashley can't sing. When it come down to Ashley, you can't sing and you're hearing it from me. You can't sing. You can't sing and you're hearing it from me, okay? You can't sing and you're hearing it from me. I'm not here to tell, I'm not here to tear nobody away from their dream, because I just want to live out my pipe dreams too. I just want to do everything that I want to do. I want to be a star. I want to be a pop star or a folk singer, okay? But Ashley cannot sing. She can't sing, y'all. She can't sing, and y'all hearing it from me. She can't sing. That's all I'm saying. She can't sing. That's it. That's all. I don't give a fuck. She can't sing. That's it. But the whole group sing Lift Every Voice and sing. They do the best that they can, child. So then that's when Ashley and Jazzy was over there talking, but Jazzy is disappointed with what Ashley is actually saying about Stacy, which I would probably be disappointed too if I got that information the same way that Jazzy got that information. Now, like I said before, Jazzy needs to talk to Stacy about that versus talking to Ashley about it, because Ashley don't do shit but keep up shit. So you can't necessarily believe her ass either. Even though Stacy do lie, you can't necessarily believe anything that Ashley be saying either, because Ashley is a bit, all she do is stir the pot with a smile and a smirk on her face like she been doing all the time she been on this goddamn show. So it is what it is. So then Ashley says, I hope that, Stacy doesn't violate your trust. No, what you're hoping for is that she does violate her trust, so y'all can have more to say to this damn girl. That's what you're hoping for. You're hoping that she violates the trust. You're hoping that she says more shit. You're hoping that you catch her in more lies, so y'all can continue on with y'all narrative that this girl don't do nothing but lie. That's what y'all want to do. And I'm just going to need for y'all to understand, regardless of whether or not she lies or not, the people are still on her lying ass side. But Ashley, fuck you. Especially after what you did last week to Josh and all that other stuff. I still don't like how you did him last week. That was fucked up too. Like, I just don't know why Ashley and Giselle are so fixated on this woman, but they're using her for the sake of a storyline. That is just what they're doing. They're using her for a storyline, and that's it. Because they ain't talking about their own shit. And that's a problem for me. They ain't even talking about their own goddamn stuff. So until y'all start talking about y'all own shit, shut the fuck up. Because Ashley just brought Josh on this goddamn show just so she can have a scene or something, or some type of something or some meat to bring to the show. Ashley says that Angel felt like she wasn't included in the group, and she wants Angel to feel included. I'm over Angel and this damn I want to fit in shit. Like, girl, whatever. Fuck these folks. So we're going ahead and getting into Angel. We're looking at Angel at the house, and the next thing you know, we see all these boxes everywhere. And apparently, Angel and her husband and her kids are moving back to Colorado. Kiana pops up, and she's confused by what's going on in his house. So that is when Angel was like, girl, we packing up. And Kiana was like, well, why y'all packing up? And so Angel was like, girl, we're going back to Colorado. This lease is up on this house. It was this big ass discrepancy with the landlord and the homeowner and stuff like that. So we got to go, and we got to leave right about now. And so that is when Tia shows up, and Tia finds out that, Angel got to move out. And so she was like, well, here go Tia. Well, do you have to take, I know it's going to be stressful. You got to pack all this stuff, and then you got to take all the stuff with you and stuff. And then Angel was like, well, luckily this house was already furnished, so none of our furniture is here. The only things that are here is like our clothes and stuff. That's all we really got to pack up and take it back to Colorado. But other than that, that's it. And so Tia was like, I'm a real estate agent. Like, I could, like, if you need me to, I can help you find a home here and things like that. So it's given to me that Angel got on the Real Housewives of Potomac because Kiana may have recommended her, because that is her friend. And then she decided to come back, rent a damn Airbnb for the sake of this goddamn show, because that's what a lot of folks do. A lot of folks don't be living in these damn cities so they can be on this show. They come in there, they rent a house or an Airbnb or a little condo or something like that for the season, and then they go about their business. I mean, that's what them girls on Basketball Wives was doing. Half them hoes don't live in LA. Like Brandy was living in Dallas. Jennifer lives here in Atlanta. So it's kind of, so to me, it's like, that's pretty much what this is. So it just seemed like to me, Angel was renting this Airbnb, and she pretty much thought that they was going to be done filming by the time the lease is up, and they wasn't done filming yet. So now her ass got to skedaddle or whatever. So it's a lot that Angel ain't saying. So then Tia leaves after she drops off some sweets, and she gets in the car, and Giselle calls. So Giselle invites Tia to a cowboy party. It's like a Potomac and Ponies party where they're just having like this cowboy Carter party. Everybody comes in dressed like they from the Western and all this other stuff, right? So then Tia was like, well, I just left Angel's house, and Angel is moving out of her home and stuff like that. And so when Tia explains what was going on with Angel's move, that's when Giselle said, so basically Angel moved here to film the show. Or if she didn't move here to film for the show, then she really don't care about none of us here on this show. My vote is that Angel moved here for the damn show. That's what she moved here for. Angel moved here for the fucking show. You know what I mean? She knows she needed her somewhere to stay, and that's what she did. She did what she had to do to keep that contract. You know, like I said, a lot of these folks don't be living here, but they have to have somewhere they have to rent something out so they can stay somewhere. And so I was like, and T was like, oh my God, I hate that I said anything. I hate that I said anything. I hate that I said anything. And I'm looking at Tia like, yeah, girl, I hate you said something too. Because now you done told Giselle, and Giselle is going to run this shit back the wrong goddamn way. She gonna twist the motherfucking words up that you use, and you gonna look like you the messy bitch. So yeah, girl, you right to be feeling a way about, I hate that I said something. Yeah, you're gonna hate that you said something. Because when Giselle tell the rest of them girls, then yeah, she gonna fuck you up. Okay. Now we get into Wendy. I think they're at Cam's thing. I don't know. I forget what Cam was doing. I don't know if she was doing gymnastics or what, but Cam was doing something. And what's so crazy is that when Wendy first joined the show, Cam was an arm baby, I believe. But now, you know, she's 6 years old now. And it's so crazy when you watch these kids grow up before your very eyes as you watch this show. It's kind of like when you watch Married to Medicine and you see Allure and how she was like this young girl with a smart ass mouth, and now she's an adult now. Kind of like when we first saw Riley on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and now she's a grown ass woman on, you know, the next gen NYC, and we're all rallying behind Riley. We saw her grow up and from a shy kid to a woman that knows who she is and what she wants and things like that. So it's always a treat to watch these kids like literally grow up. I like to see that. It's amazing. They start talking about this Potomac and Ponies party and things of that nature, right? So Wendy is absolutely excited about throwing this party. So she says that her father has called her, but she hasn't picked up the phone because she still hasn't talked to her dad. She doesn't really know how this conversation is going to go with her dad. And she just wants it to go well. You know what I mean? Like she wants it to go well or whatnot. So I get where she's coming from. You feel what I'm saying? Because I remember, and if you're on the replay gang, if you don't want to hear me interject what I, you know, my relation to this, then you can fast forward just a little bit, okay? But when something relates to me, I got to say it. I get what she's saying. She wants to talk to her dad, you know, but she don't know how to talk to her dad because she's feeling away. And, you know, when you mad at your parents, sometimes you literally got to sit there and you got to figure out how am I going to approach this conversation? Like, how am I going to approach this? Am I going to approach this with my true feelings? Or am I going to approach this with sugarcoating and not really saying what I want to say to keep the peace down? You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to say this or how the fuck am I going to do this? But Wendy's feelings was hurt and she had every right for her feelings to be hurt. But at this point, you can't keep dodging the conversation with your dad, because the more you dodge it, the more you are going to feel some type of way. I just had a long conversation with my mama a couple of days ago, and it was a conversation that needed to be had. And it wasn't really nothing that she did to me. It was something that she needed to know in regards to me. And it was a hard conversation. Like I procrastinated that conversation. Sometimes you need to go ahead and have these conversations with your parents, no matter how old you get. And so Eddie starts relaying that to his relationship with his siblings and how they do like a group check-in every month. And he says that we're not the best of friends, but my expectations are high. But when I deleted my expectations, I was able to deal with them the best way that I knew how, because my expectations were no longer high anymore. Because sometimes you got to meet people where they at. And I think that was some good advice that Eddie gave her, because sometimes you do have to meet people where they at, because, you know, sometimes when you expect highly, expect a lot of things from certain people. And then when you don't, and then when those expectations are not lived up to, then, you kind of feel cheated, or you feel some kind of way when you don't get what you want from that situation, if you get my drift. So that's how I feel about that situation. You know what I mean? Let me see. So we get into Stacy and Kiana. They meet up to talk about their issues, and Kiana says that this is a valid conversation. They need to talk about their issues because they wasn't always in this contentious ass place. They were actually cool at one point in time. And so Stacy brought up the bunk bed situation from last season and how she wouldn't share a bunk bed with nobody but Kiana and things like that. And then they shared a lot of personal moments. They had fun when they shared the room together. They saw different sides to one another and things like that. And then Stacy was saying that, Kiana was saying that Stacy would weaponize the assault against her a lot of the times. But then again, you weaponize your own assault because you have to let it be known that you know how to fight. When you're arguing with a person, you got to let it be known that you a fighter and you know how to fight. You have to always do that. So, you were the one who was using it as a weapon to scare a bitch. You was doing that. Didn't nobody tell you to do that. You was doing that. And that's the truth of the matter. You were doing that. You were doing that. So, like what we talking about here? What we doing? What we talking about? And Kiana, that girl was not being nasty to you at that event. She wasn't. You took it as such. And from that point, it's been very contentious between you and Stacy ever since. You know what I mean? Like, even with Wendy, I've always said this. You be having points. You be making sense, but then you don't be making sense. Like, I be understanding where Kiana be coming from. But the way she explains it and the way she goes about it, the point gets lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's popular to hate on Kiana. I don't hate Kiana. I like Kiana, and I don't want to see her lead the goddamn show. That's just me. I don't hate her, but I see why other people might do. Stacy says that they have a whole lot in common and they want to admit. Kiana actually agrees that they have a lot in common. And they just have decided that they're going to move forward and try to get along for the sake of themselves and for the sake of the group. They may not have, because for some situations, you don't really get a solid resolve on certain things. But what you do is you come to a consensus that regardless of these little arguments and these petty situations that we have fucking had, at the end of the day, we're going to move past this and we're going to move forward. We're going to try to get along. We ain't got to be the best of friends, but we got to find a way to really rock it out with one another. That's what we got to do. And I'm not really mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Let's just find a way to get along so we won't have to keep on doing this shit. Let's do that. So I get it. Okay. So that's the end of their conversation. So Giselle, Wendy, and Ashley, okay, they meet up. And as they're sitting there, Angel invites the girls for a Colorado trip, right? So this is their second trip because they already did their, trip out of the country already. They did that way too early, but now they're going to Colorado. And that is when the girls are excited about going to Colorado. They're going to see Ashley in another light when they go to Colorado because that's where she lives, and that's where the other house is at and all this other stuff, right? So that's when Giselle says that, well, that Stacy got evicted. She moving out of her house. And then Ashley and Wendy was like, what? And then she was like, yes, I was on the phone with Tia. And Tia told me that when she was over there, Angel was packing up her shit and she was getting the fuck up out of there. And she don't know what she did to the landlord, but baby, she got to go. She done got put out of her goddamn house. Okay. And then that is when Wendy says that Angel wanted a discount. She said that she got a real estate buddy and the friend was like, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to get a house that looked like it was $50K, but she wanted to pay $2 to $3K for the house or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And so that is when Angel was like, Angel wanted a discount. And if she wanted a discount on the house, then girl, get your discount. Because I'm not really concerned about her living situation or her living quarters. What I'm most concerned about is how Angel shows up as a friend in this group. Now, although Wendy was being messy as a motherfucker when she said that the lady was looking for a discount on her house, I can honestly say that that Wendy had a good point when she said, I'm not really concerned about, her living arrangement. I'm more so concerned about how she shows up in this group as a friend to everybody else. That's a valid concern because these people really don't know Angel like that. And Angel really ain't been showing up because she feels like she don't fit in this damn group. So I can understand why that would be Wendy's only concern. Because to be quite honest, that would be my only concern as well, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. That is when Giselle said, "Is Angel broke? Giselle, is you broke? Because you be dressed up like you broke. Your house look like you broke. I mean, is you broke?" So I already knew that was going to be a topic of discussion. Like, I'm like, oh my God, now they finna say this lady broke. Now they finna say she can't pay her bills, can't pay her telephone bill, can't pay her automobiles. They finna say she can't pay her bills or anything like that. Like, this is going to be a hot ass mess for the people involved. Like, that's what it's going to be. And I want to say that Angel kind of put this off on herself in a sense, because it's like, girl, like, you're not really explaining stuff and your explanations are not necessarily making any sense. So it's kind of like, okay. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know. But then Giselle tried to say, well, her husband really don't like really don't like the husbands, and then he don't like Eddie. And then that's when she looked up and said, oh, I'm just lying, I'm just making it up. Oh, that's how we know we know you make up shit, Giselle. You didn't have to correct yourself. We know you make up shit like all the time. You make up shit every chance you get. So this ain't nothing new, honey. This ain't nothing new. So that was pretty much the gist of that situation. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the last part of the show. Okay. So let's get into the Potomac and Ponies party, right? So everybody is beginning to show up. But Angel and Bobby are late. So Kiana calls Angel asking where they at. She was like, hey, boo, where you at? She was like, hey, boo, where you at? Bobby was like, far. And so Kiana was like, well, what's far? Far. We'll get there when we get there. And all this other stuff. And everybody was like, oh, okay. Bobby, what the fuck your problem is? Because anybody ask you for your bitch ass attitude, what the fuck is your goddamn problem? Okay? What the fuck is your problem? Why the fuck you got an attitude? Okay? Why the fuck do you have an attitude? I'm trying to understand, because as messy as these hoes is, all they want to know was where y'all was at. You didn't have to get them all that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, what the fuck is wrong with you? But okay, Bobby. Then, next thing you know, Stacy and Timu arrives. Everybody is happy to see Timu. Everybody's surprised that he's real. Stacy lies, but I never thought that she lied about having a husband. Now, Tawana J, aka TJ, I still don't believe that he likes women. I just don't believe it. I think he likes just as many women as I like. So I still don't, I'm not really sure about that. But I never thought that she was lying about having a husband. Because who lies about having a husband? I know that women get on Housewives and lie about stupid shit. Sometimes they lie about elaborate ass shit. Like they literally do. But I don't know, honey. I don't know. But next thing you know, Angel and Bobby, they finally arrive, honey. And Wendy was like, we got some catfish. We got some catfish in the building. We got some catfish. And that annoyed the shit out of Angel. That annoyed Angel that they made catfish. But Ashley made that catfish to be messy. Y'all be letting Ashley slide under them cracks all the time. And I have no idea why y'all do this. I have no idea why y'all allow Ashley to slide under them cracks the way y'all do. Because there's plenty of times where Ashley should have got her wig split so many times. She should have got her wig split many a times. Giselle and Ashley get away with too much. They need their block knocked off real bad. This is why people like me are not on no show like Potomac. You know what I mean? Like, and even with me being on the scene, I really haven't had no situations where I had to knock somebody's block off. But the shit that Giselle and Ashley be doing, they need to get their block knocked off, and that's just they need to get their wig split and they block knocked off because they do way too much shit to people and they say way too much shit and they get away with too much. But Ashley definitely slides under them damn cracks way too goddamn much. As they're sitting there, Ashley asks Angel about them moving, and then Angel explains herself, and then that's when Ashley was like, with you being a mother and you being this and that, like, I just can't see you not knowing what's going on with your lease. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I just don't have any understanding of how you did not know that was going on. Like, Ashley, girl, shut up. Did you know your mama was staying under a damn, up under a bridge? Did you know that? Did you think that, you know, with your mama being a mother herself, that she would live up on the damn bridge in the pine box? Did you know that? Because she's a mother. Did you know, like, did you think that your mother had more sense enough not to be staying on a damn bridge? And once again, I've faced homelessness before, so I'm not even making this a goddamn joke. I'm just saying, Ashley came across judgmental as fuck when it came down to Angel. But at the same time, though, Angel really didn't help her damn self in this situation, because to me, it's like, you explaining yourself, but it's not making sense. It's just not making sense. It's just not. And like I said, she don't do herself any justice. She always do the same old dumbass shit all the goddamn time. And it's annoying. It's annoying. Like, I be wanting to be on Angel's side like Jennifer Holliday. I'm on your side. I want to be on your side when times get rough. You need someone to stand in. But you make it so hard. But you should have knocked Ashley the fuck out. But then when Wendy jumped in and said, well, girl, I ain't even going to tell you no lie. The people said that you got evicted from your house. And I'm like, Wendy. Ugh. This is why that girl don't like you. However, Angel should have got mad at Wendy. She should have got mad at Ashley and Giselle. Probably even Tia for even running her mouth about it. Don't only have your smoke for Wendy. That's all I'm saying. Because you look crazy doing that. Like, you do. You just do. You look crazy. But y'all, that was pretty much the gist of tonight's episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, like, it was an okay episode. Like, it wasn't all that. Like, you know, you could tell when the episode is really all that. To me, when the lies is between 40 minutes to an hour, when I have to stop at like 30 some minutes, then that means it really didn't give that much. But you know, it is what it is though. But it was decent enough. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into all of the things, y'all. So y'all know that the Scene ATL has started airing. It started airing on Tuesday night. So make sure you guys tune in to Stylish TV every Tuesday to catch me on the Scene ATL. The next episode is coming out on Tuesday, and it's going to be very, 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 very good. It's going to be good as shit. So make sure you guys tune in for that, okay? Also, make sure you guys go and pick up my book. It's called That's Why You're Lonely, and it's now available on Amazon and Kindle books, okay? The remaining pre-orders are going out now. And with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Things I wanna do to you. All the love you try to hide. Between those thighs, ain't too proud to beg for what I want, ain't too proud to beg for what I need. If it's good loving that you want.